Good day, everyone. I am Jeremy Ricalmi, the reporter of Evaluation of Cognitive Domain. So, cognitive domain is from Bloom 1956. It involves knowledge and the development of intellectual skills. So, this includes the recall or recognition of specific facts, procedural patterns, and concepts that serve in the development of intellectual abilities and skills. So there are six major categories which are listed in order below, starting from the simplest behavior to the most complex. So the categories can be thought of as degree of difficulties. So that is the first one must be mastered before the next one can take place. So first is the knowledge. Second is comprehension. Next is the application, analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. So as what can you see, there are six levels of cognitive complexity. So according to various researchers, so there are six levels mansa. So which is naguna is knowledge, second comprehension, third application, fourth is the analysis, fifth is the synthesis, and sixth is the evaluation. So the higher the level, the presumably more complex or mental operation is required. So higher levels are not necessarily more desirable than lower levels, because one cannot achieve the higher levels without an ability to use the lower levels. As one moves up into higher levels, however, the more applicable the skills are to those need in daily life. So, as you can see in the picture, there is the hierarchy of cognitive domain. First is the knowledge. So knowledge is the ability to remember facts without necessarily understanding. So collect, define, describe, find, identify, list, memorize, name, order, outline, recall, recognize, repeat, show, and state. So knowledge is recall data or information. So example, recite a policy, quote prices from memory to a customer, know the safety rules. So mauna ang keywords niya, which is the collect, define, describe. Two is comprehension. So comprehension is the ability to understand and interpret learned information. So it is to clarify, contrast, convert, decode, defend, describe, differentiate, discuss, distinguish, explain, illustrate, and predict. So, comprehension is understand the meaning, translation, interpolation, and interpretation of instructions and problem. So it state a problem in one's words. So example, ani kay rewrite the principle of test writing, explain in one word step for performing a complex task, translate an equation into a computer spreadsheet. Next is the application. So application is the ability to use learned material in new situation. So ang keywords niya kay maoning applies, changes, compute, construct, demonstrate, discover, manipulates, and modifies. Example aning application, which is use a manual to calculate an employee's vacation time. Example, apply law of statistics to evaluate the reliability of a written test. Next is the analysis. Analysis is the ability to break down information into its components. So it means that it separates material or concept into component parts so that it Its organizational structure may be understood or distinguish between facts and inferences. So examples of analysis is to troubleshoot a piece of equipment by using logical deduction or recognize logical fallacies in reasoning, gathers information from a department and select the required task for training. So ang keyword sa ani kay which is analyze, breakdown, compares, contrast, diagram, deconstructs, differentiate, and discriminate. Next is the fifth one is the synthesis. So synthesis is the ability to put parts together. So it means that it builds a structure or pattern from diverse elements. Like they put parts together to form a whole with emphasis on creating a new meaning or structure. So example, write a company operation and process manual, design a machine to perform a specific task, integrates training from several sources to solve a problem. So keywords is the arrange, assemble, combine, compile, compose, contrast, create, design, develop, generate, invent, make, plan, and prepare. So the highest cognitive domain is the evaluation. So evaluation is the ability to judge value of material for given purpose. So it means that they make judgment about the value of ideas or materials. So examples like they select the most effective solution. So they need to hire new most qualified candidates to explain and justify a new budget. And keywords aninias is appraise, argue, conclude, convince, criticize, decide, evaluate, grade, interpret, judge, rate, and recommend. So, ang cognitive domain kay is very helpful gud nato siya kay the cognitive domain mo nag-aim man siya to develop the mental skills and the acquisition of knowledge of the individual. And also the cognitive domain, it focuses on knowledge and it is easily evaluated using quizzes and tests. And that's all for my report of the cognitive domain. Thank you. Any questions?